South Asia was established in 1990. The population is 442,500,000 people. The population is unevenly distributed, with the highest density in the lowland areas. Indian subcontinent on the west, China is on the north, and the Pacific Ocean is on the east. South Asia is made up of 7 nations: India, Pakistan, Bangladesh, Nepal, Bhutan, Sri Lanka, and Maldives. The nations are not united. The reason they divided is because of linguistic and religious beliefs. They all speak different languages, and the most common ones that are used are Indian, English, and Hindi.
The social hierarchy in Nepal and India is based on a caste system method. The caste system is a method of dividing up society into a hierarchy. Placement used to be based on a person's work, but now it has become hereditary. You are born into your social status. The 4 main castes are Brahmin, Kshatriya, Vaishya, and Sudra. The highest caste is Brahmin, consisting of priests and symbolizes great knowledge and academics. Next is Kshatriya, which are warriors and kings. Below that is Vaishya, including merchants and landowners. Then Sudra, which has peasants, servants, and some farmers. Lastly, at the very bottom are the untouchables. The untouchables are outside of the caste system. Being in a different caste, you associate yourself with the untouchables. The social hierarchy in Pakistan, Bangladesh, and Bhutan is based on a social class method. Your social class is based off of your education, occupation, income, and place of residence. This then places you in upper class, middle class, working class, or lower class. These classes are pretty self-explanatory. Upper class is going to be your most educated and wealthy people living in exclusive neighborhoods. Middle class consists of decent education, most likely completed at local schools, and a job with a lower income. This class is most commonly looked at as average. Working class is little to no education and a job that doesn't pay very well. A lot of the work consists of manual labor. Lastly is the lower class, entailing homelessness, poverty, and unemployment. In South Asia, women are still significantly impacted by Islamic ideas. They are socially, culturally, and economically dependent on men. They are guarded from the outside world as a caring act that preserves her honor to her family. Some tendencies are young marriages, multiple children, and not working outside of the household. Strict practices sometimes require them to only socialize with female relatives, resulting in them being extremely introverted. It is seen as women's responsibility to take care of the children and the house. However, that allows women to have a lot of authority in decision-making when it comes to their own house. Women generally receive a lower education than men. However, this is beginning to change. The most important thing for women is to uphold their reputation because they believe once you tarnish it, it is gone forever and you won't be respected. In South Asia, men are considered to be the breadwinners and take pride in providing for their families. They are viewed as higher up and more powerful than women. They are the discipliners of the household and are expected to take care of their elders. Men receive better health care than women overall because of the inequality. Since men work outside of the home all day long, they are more likely to be injured than women.
South Asia follows mostly a patriarchal setup, with the father having control over the family unit. The man controls the reins of the family unit, and he is usually the head of the family. The eldest male member has much to say in family matters. However, for the matriarchal setup in the South Asian culture, women usually have force in family and personal matters and take care of the children and rear them. Marriage is a very important social obligation in the South Asia area and in the countries. It is given much importance by society. Marriages are generally arranged, however, and common in current society, it's becoming more westernized, where dating is based on personal preference and compatibility. For those in arranged marriages, it is usually conducted with elaborate rituals and much money is spent on this occasion. More first-generation South Asians are preferring the Western way of dating and finding a life partner. For fashion, every culture is different. There's a common thread within the South Asian cultures. Draped and wrapped garments are the most common form of clothing for both men and women in South Asia. The sari, in many variant sizes and wrapping techniques, worn with a choli, is the most typical form of South Asian women's dress. An analogous wrapped garment for the lower torso and legs, the dhoti is widely worn by men. Usually, it's wrapped and tucked to form a kind of unstitched pantaloon. In some areas, both sexes wear the sarong, a wrapped skirt. Stitched garments are also widely worn in the region by both men and women. Examples include the loose trousers called pajamas and the ensemble of salwar and kameez. That has become the national dress of Pakistan, for example.
India has 23 contextually recognized official language. The most spoken language is Hindi. Religion in India is characterized by a diversity of religion, beliefs, and practice. The major religions are Hinduism, Buddhism, Islam, Christianity.
We found it interesting that in square miles in diameter, that South Asia is 1,740,000 square miles. We also found it interesting that South Asia is made up of 7 different nations and that they're not united in any way.
Common foods in this area of the world are chapati, which is a type of flatbread from the former regions, and it's a common part of meals to be had in many parts of the Indian subcontinent. Other staples from many of the cuisines include rice, roti made from atta flour, and beans. Foods in this area of the world are flavored with various types of chili, black pepper, cloves, and other strong herbs and spices along with flavored butter, ghee. Also, ginger is an ingredient that can be used in both savory and sweet recipes in the South Asian cuisine. Chopped ginger is fried with meat, and pickled ginger is often an accompaniment to boiled rice. Ginger juice and ginger spoiled in syrup are used to make desserts. Some of the common meats include lamb, goat, fish, and chicken. Beef is less common than in Western cuisines because cattle have a special place in Hinduism. Prohibitions exist, particular to beef, because beef extends to the meat of buffalo and yakko to some extent. Pork is considered as a taboo food item by all Muslims and is avoided by most Hindus, though it is commonly eaten in Goa. Some implications for better understanding, appreciating, relating to, or working with members of a different culture, we think would be to host more events, such as International Night, that bring everyone together to enjoy kinship and camaraderie, and to have formal presentations and demonstrations of the differences of another country and ours, to see how in some ways we are similar, in some ways we are different.
After researching South Asia, we are now more enlightened and aware of the culture.
The diversity found in South Asia represents a great example of living peacefully together.